Welcome back, Trinity fans, or perhaps you're just fans of meditating on an energy, because that's why we do these videos, to help you get ready for the weekly meditation that we do here at Adawehi, Wednesday nights, 6 o'clock. Tune in the etheric, join us from your house, wherever you are. This week, our energy is understanding, so I'm going to give you an exercise that comes from a martial art, Tai Chi. Believe it or not, Tai Chi is a martial art. Some people just think of it as gentle flowing movements that old people do in the park, but it's a full-fledged martial art. This thing that I'm about to show you is not a technique per se, though. I doubt that this will ever save your life in a back alley when some thug demands your money. But it may help you make smarter choices and not go to that dark alley. So we're going to begin by just getting comfortable. If you're standing, you want your feet about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider than that, and your knees just slightly bent so that you're relaxed and your spine is straight. Now, you don't have to do this standing up. You can do it sitting down, you can do it lying in your bed, you can do it wherever. But if you happen to be standing up, get as relaxed and stable as possible in your stance. And then you're going to put your hands in front of your belly, right here, that spot right behind your belt buckle. In Japanese martial arts, they refer to it as the dantian, which just means center of gravity. So we're going to put our hands over it. In Tai Chi, they make a big deal about the way your hands are. If you're a woman, you want left over right. If you're a man, you want right over left. I've found that it doesn't make a tremendous amount of difference. I've tried it both ways. I think you just do whatever's comfortable for you. Put your hands over your lower belly, and we're going to do some belly breathing. This is the technique that I've got for you tonight, belly breathing. Start by breathing in through the nose, and you want your tongue, tip of your tongue, right up there behind your front teeth, touching the roof of your mouth. And as you breathe out, you let your tongue drop to the bottom of your mouth just like normal. And what we want to try and do is get the breath to circle inside of us, going down the back of our energy field and up the front so that it passes right under our hands. I'm going to let you continue doing that for a minute while I talk, because I want to explain what we're doing here. We're talking about understanding, and understanding is a little tricky because we get it confused with some other things. We think understanding is the same as knowing or comprehending, and it is not. There's different levels that we're talking about here. You can know stuff that you don't comprehend. You just do what you've always done and feel what you've always felt and think what you've always thought because you know that's what you're supposed to do. You don't know why, you don't know where it comes from, you don't know any of that stuff, you don't comprehend the meaning of it, you just know that you should do it. Wisdom passed on from generations, we'll say. Sometimes it's good wisdom, sometimes it's crap that you shouldn't do it. Just because your grandmother did it doesn't mean you should keep doing it, but you know that you should because your family's done it forever. They've always voted the same way, they've always dug their garden the same way, they've always taken their pets for a walk at the same time of day, and you know that you should do this. That's not understanding. It may be knowing, but it's not understanding. The next level is comprehension. You can comprehend things that you don't understand. So you can know without comprehending, and you can comprehend without knowing. Or excuse me, you can know without comprehending, and you can comprehend without understanding. That's the highest level. That's what we want to get to. Comprehension is when you understand how it would be useful to you. You understand enough of the mechanics of this thing to use it to fix your problems. Which really just means that your lower mind and your lower emotions and your physical desires are using this particular thing that you are grasping with your mind as a way to forward your own personal interests in this moment. That's comprehending. How will this help me? That's not understanding. Understanding's a little higher than that. To reach understanding, you have to know how this thing fits into the path my spirit wants me to walk. How does this fit into the divine plan of which I am a part? If you don't grasp that piece, then you don't have true understanding. You may have comprehension, you may have knowing, but you don't have understanding. So this little exercise is going to help us get to understanding. So hopefully you've been breathing the whole time I've been talking. If not, we're going to start up again, in through the nose, down the back of the energy field, up the front. And I want you to feel that energy passing under your hands, right through that little circle of your dantian. And hopefully, as you move all that energy through that spot, you will feel it soften up. Your lower abdominal wall is going to start out feeling kind of firm and leathery, like there's some structure to it. But hopefully, after a little bit of breathing, and if you're not in the habit of doing deep breathing, it may take you 10-15 minutes to get to this state. But if you meditate once in a while and you do some deep breathing, you've probably already started to feel this loosening up. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Eventually you can reach this state in 10 or 15 breaths. So take heart. If it takes you a little bit longer at first, that's okay. Just keep breathing until you feel that there is a very thin membrane there instead of a thick, leathery abdominal wall. It should eventually feel like the membrane of a latex glove, or maybe your eardrum, very thin and flexible. Just feel like there's very little between your hands and the energy rushing underneath. When you achieve that state of soft belly, we'll call it, when you achieve soft belly, then you're ready to use this technique to forward your understanding. You can take something that you've been wrestling with and you don't quite understand where it fits in your life, like, should I take that job in Cincinnati? You don't want to just do what you know is right. Of course you should, you need the money. That's knowing. You don't want to do what you comprehend this would be useful for. Well, this is going to really forward my career and I think I need to do it. That's knowing and that's comprehension, but we want understanding. Does this move fit in with my spirit's plan for me? So what you're going to do is you're going to put that thought, does this move to Cincinnati really need to be undertaken? And you put it here, right against that membrane, and you breathe. If this is really part of your spirit's plan, your belly will stay soft. If it's not, you'll feel it thicken up again. And you know, that's not where I need to be. That's your first step into the world of understanding. If you like that stuff, stay tuned for more Trinity.